Yo, what's up? My name's RetroPat, and welcome back to my Dungeon Defenders series about learning the game, relearning it from scratch on PC, and leveling from 0 to 100, and taking on all of the challenges that Dungeon Defenders has to offer. I'm currently on wave 11 out of 25 on Dread Dungeon Survival on Nightmare Hardcore difficulty. Can we make it? Can we push through? How far can we get? I truly have no idea. Some of our biggest hurdles, one of our first hurdles is going to be wave 15, which is going to offer a huge power increase, and then wave 20 as well. Obviously, every 5 waves or so, I believe there is a massive power discrepancy. We've pushed through the wave 10 power discrepancy pretty well, but how long can that last? I don't know. This is my first time attempting this. I think the build is pretty solid, nothing to adjust, just want to make sure all of my auras are healed. If an aura goes down, that could be the end of the run. If an aura goes down, it'll also cause my tower buff beam for my Series EV to go down, and those things offer so much damage, it's ridiculous. With no more mana to really pump into upgrades or do anything else, we're just going to jump into the wave, watch all of the items on the ground get consumed, see the bottom right-hand corner give us 113 mana. That might be the most I've ever seen, unironically. Unironically, the most I've ever seen added to my mana pool in one go. That was actually jaw-dropping. This might be one of those maps where I want to test the mana per hour farming on. That would be super cool. To eventually do a loop from 1 hour of Dread Dungeon Survival for mana and for XP would be super cool. I love doing tests like that, loop from 1 hour, and just sort of seeing what maps to grind, how good are they, how efficient, how fun, what are the positives and negatives, pros and cons. It's a good time. And if you like seeing content like that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as I do have a couple videos like that already covering on Dungeon Defenders. Now, I'm not going to lie, this seems a little more difficult. I mean, it's, whoa, 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 chill out there, buddy. Okay, as I was trying to say, this does seem, what hit this? I don't, like, secret damage coming through this guy, maybe? Let me get some 3-star upgrades on these archers, perhaps. I'm really not. It really scares me when something hits the crystal and I have no idea what it was. Anyways, that did a lot of damage as well, which is terrifying. The spiders can't hit it, right? I don't believe so. I think we're okay. We're just gonna do this. Get these archers upgraded. Anyways, as I was trying to say, this wave does feel a lot harder. I'm not gonna lie. This wave feels like much harder. Like, I think this wave feels much harder than the jump from wave 9 to 10. Like, this wave 11 is actually, just from the numbers that I'm seeing and the way I feel about it, I don't really have a great grasp. This seems a lot harder. I'm going to get 3-star upgrades on my harpoons. I feel like that's my biggest priority here. I'm getting more mana. Was there a power bonus, like, past wave 10? Am I mistaking it? Because I feel like this wave is actually way harder than the last. I wonder if I'm mistaking the power bonus. I thought it took place... Please don't KO me. I thought it took place on wave 10, but it might take place on wave 11, if you know what I'm saying. So that's a little scary. Let's go ahead and come over here and get our... Look, these guys are getting kind of pumped, dude. They're having a tough time. Wowzer. Let's get these guys at least 1-star upgraded. Both of them. And we got to get everything 3-starred as soon as possible, for sure. You see how this ogre is kind of making it to get some attacks, some smashes off on the towers? That's what I'm talking about with Hardrock. They're reaching lengths they weren't able to even get to before. Just every time. I wanted to split this challenge, this Dread Dungeon Survival, up into 2 episodes because I thought it would be a super long, overarching series, but it turns out I might just lose way sooner than I realized. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully it's not the case. We're going to keep pushing through. I'm seeing some big, no Transcendent gear, just big mythicals all over the place. The crystal hasn't taken any further damage, which is at least somewhat of a good sign, but I just cannot believe that it even took that other damage in the first place. And once again, minions are having a little disco party down here getting stuck. This is my last 3-star harpoon, I believe, to upgrade, so we'll go ahead and get a nice upgrade on that, and that should offer a huge damage bonus. What's really cool about these tower buff beams, I've noticed, actually, is if I check my archer minion, this is a 1-star archer minion. Let's keep that in mind. Okay, 1-star archer minion. His current attack damage is 7,134. Sorry, 71,349. Excuse me, 71,000 is his current attack damage, because he's just barely nicking that little purple pink buff beam. If I head over here to a 3-star guy, his attack damage is only 36,000. It's like half. It is insane. Absolutely batshit how much better. I almost wonder if it probably is way better to get rid of this harpoon and just build tower buff beams, or to possibly even, I wonder if it's ever worth to get rid of. No, I think I would just get rid of this one harpoon. I'm trying to think if there's another. Yeah, I think just getting rid of that one harpoon, and then where would I even build the buff beam? Probably over here. If I sold off that harpoon, it would give me 6 defense units. I would then use 4 of them to build a buff beam over here, and then I would have a super awkward 2 defense units left, which I don't really know what I can do with, if anything, there. That's the main problem, but would that buff beam be worth it becomes the question. I guess I could possibly stretch it to a 6 buff beam, but I don't know where I would actually tack in the extra benefits or units to tag with that. I'm just spitballing here, thinking through ideas. I'm sure the comments will get... Ooh, that's kind of a nice piece of armor. Pristine as well. Wow. Wow. That might actually be an upgrade to my current piece of armor. I might grab this. I might equip this. What stat am I losing? I'm losing 186 attack rate. That's kind of scary. I'm not going to lie. Man, I kind of want to grab this. Oh, man, that's like... I'm going to store it for now. I'm not going to equip it. I think it's too risky. I'd rather play on the side of caution and then run it back and do that. But I'm going to store it for sure. That's a really nice... One of the best pieces of armor I've seen. Probably the best on this map so far after doing it for a bit. Speaking of this archer's damage, I went ahead and just 3-starred him. Let's see what it's at now. 77,000. 77,000 because he's touching the buff beam versus 36. Just ridiculous levels of boosting. These pieces of armor are actually getting way better. I think mythical... Ooh, this is, like, once again, pretty interesting piece of armor. I'm going to store that for a different character. That is plate armor. Pretty interesting sword. Not better than my sword, but once again, interesting stuff being dropped. I feel like I haven't really cared about... Like, I'm gonna store that. Like, I've seen a lot of mythical drops on this map so far, and I've checked them here and there, but like nothing's really been an upgrade for me from what I've seen. I could be wrong. It's hard to like browse over stats quickly, but I'm finally at wave 11 or 12 or so seeing gear where I'm like, oh shit, that might be an upgrade, or at least be an upgrade to a different character. Let's definitely store that for later and kind of sort through it properly. 3.9 million XP in total. I'm gonna sort through all of these swords, even though none of them have a little green light up, because they might not be showing me. All I care about is tower stats. Like, they might not be showing me. Like, this sword's pretty solid. Not better than my current sword, but solid for tower stats. Okay, I don't know why this is funny to me. How does a piece of armor like this drop on the same map as a piece of armor like this? Or like this helmet, I guess. Like, how are those dropping? How is this getting dropped? This seems horrible. Anyways, we're sitting at max mana. Let's go ahead and 3-star something. Are these guys touching the buff beam? It's hard to always tell. Attack damage, that guy is not. He's at... I wonder if it's worth to... Are these guys touching the buff beam? I really try. These guys are not, it looks like. Yeah, I really try to get every little nook and cranny, but I tried to, like, fit an archer here, but I could not. I could not. I try to get everything. I probably could if I actually, like, took time to position that a little better. I probably could get them. I'm gonna go ahead and just 1-star both of these guys. They probably deserve it. Let's head over here. I don't have any mana to now 3-star something. There's some more mana on the map, I think. But is it really worth it? I almost have everything, honestly, 3-starred now. I'm getting much, much, much closer. I'm just going to heal everything, which I think everything is pretty much healed. And we're going to jump into, no, that's just full okay, sure. Wave 12, guys. Wave 12. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to be looking to grab some mana and get everything 3-starred here. I'm going to head... Oh, I didn't grab this chest, to be fair. This might be a death sentence for me to run over here like this, but I'm going to do it anyways. I didn't see how much mana I got from that. I probably should have checked, because it's probably a disgusting amount of mana per thing completion right now. I'm gonna grab... There's so much mana on the ground over here. Jesus. That's just infinite mana. I'm gonna go ahead and like stay standing here, 3-star this guy, and then try to grab all the mana. Okay, not enough minions. I've filled it back up, but I'm already back to 800 or so. It's not bad, but it's crazy where you get into a position where you can just like max upgrade something and just stand there and just refill your mana back to full. It's such a crazy feeling. I'm going to go ahead and get this guy 3-starred. He's definitely probably touching the buff beam as well, which is nice. Oh, he's not. Damn, that's unfortunate. Oh, man. I think if I need to get... That's definitely like a skill in itself in Dungeon Affairs, just getting better at like really micro placements with things like the buff beams. It's crazy. The skill ceiling of Dungeon Defenders is just ridiculous. It's truly... It's an underrated game, man. I feel like if this game had more of a... If this game had, like, more of a competitive PvP or competitive, like, online leaderboard system... I don't... Maybe the leaderboards are more competitive than I realize. I feel like because it's just such a single player experience for the most part. Obviously not entirely, you know what I'm saying, but there's not really direct ways to judge skill, it feels like to me, in Dungeon Defenders. And I feel like if there was, this guy being this strong is really scary. Maybe I should get rid of that tower and employ the buff beam strategy I was talking about. That might actually, I might do that. That might actually be better. But as I was saying, I feel like if there was a like more succinct, competitive online ladder, leaderboards, whatever, I feel like it would just do this game wonders. Because the skill ceiling is so high that people would care about competing way more and care about the micro efficiencies and all of that. I think it could be super, super interesting. I guess, okay, if I have 2 odd defense units left over, what I could do is rebuild the buff beams and stretch them out a little more. That would be my use. So I might, after this wave, I might take a huge risk, get rid of this harpoon, and yeah, go for more buff beam usage. But in the meantime, let me 3-star everything before I have to tear it down and re-3-star some stuff. I'm gonna try to leave as much mana on the ground as possible towards the end and have max mana, because I'm gonna need a lot of mana to do what I want to do, if that makes sense. Look at all these like possible upgrades down here is just ridiculous. I need to also go run out. Everything's getting like slightly damaged around here, but it's mostly fine. I might want to end up moving these archers as well. Do I really though? I would love for some way to build them into a buff beam, but I don't know if it's really gonna be possible. I'm probably just gonna keep these here. I'm just gonna work on 3-starring these. I thought for a second like maybe I just rebuild them or move them to a buff beam, but I like them on top of that spider spawn. Like there is a spider spawn right here, I believe. I'm just gonna go ahead and 3-star both of them. Since this guy's gonna get taken down, I think it's worthwhile. And I'm gonna be on my squire. I can always rebuild this harpoon and change the strategy if I really need to. Look at all of these possible gear upgrades. All these drops over here is insane. I want to start trying to check some of this, but it's tough during the wave, of course. This guy is everything 3-starred? I just realized. I don't know what else I have to... Is every tower... How did I not even notice? I didn't notice that I 3-starred everything. That's a really cool achievement. All right, everything is 3-starred. Let's go. While the wave is slowly coming to a close, there's no minions over here, so I can kind of just come over here, honestly, and check at least these pieces of armor and see if any of them are worth storing for the time being. I'll just do my little perusing, and I'll see you guys with any relevant pieces. Now, this Jin is straight up working in the corner. Just one itsy bitsy spider left. He is on the staircase. Come over here, man. Come get it. There you go. That's wave 12. Let's employ the strategy, fellas. Let's sell off this defense. It's going to be really risky, but I think it's worth it. Let's sell off that defense. Let's switch over to our Series EV. I just can't misclick G here. That would be the ultimate L. Let's go ahead and buff beam like this. They have an insane power bonus now. Honestly, not as much as I expected, it seems like. 51k. How come these guys do 51k, but these guys do 77? I actually have no idea why. What's the how that happens? Huh? I'm actually confused. Why do these archers do less damage? Is it due to the strength train aura? Is it like assuming the... Ooh, I wonder if that's... Huh. I wonder. Alright, anyways, let's do something kind of risky. Can I, like, this guy is not in the... This guy's not in range, right? How can I see how many things this is boosting, actually? If I, like, hover over it. Boosting 4 towers. It says it's boosting 4, which makes me believe it is boosting this guy. Attack speed boost. Wait, it says boost at the bottom, but I don't know if that actually means it's being boosted. Like, I don't know if this guy... Yeah, it still says... Okay, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Man, wait, I thought this says that it's boosting 4 boosted towers. Oh, it's the 2 harpoons and the 2 auras. That's what it is. It's not the... Okay. Took me a second. I know I was slow, but I'm going to get rid of a... Literally getting rid of a 3-star buff beam. Super scary to do. But I think it's... This guy should be getting touched. Is he not getting boosted by that? This guy is. He has to be. Yeah, he is. Okay. Let's try again. I didn't quite build it right. Gotta boost this guy as well. Let's put it on the high ground. Carry it over as much as we can for... As much as I can for 5 defense units. I might as well... carry it like this. Sure, sure, sure. If I'm paying the extra defense unit, I might as well get my max use out of it. Now, let's make sure both of the harpoons are being boosted. It's like very meticulous. Let's make sure both harpoons are being boosted. Attack damage 38k. Attack damage 38k. Are they being boosted? Now I'm a little worried. Let's check these harpoons. Now the harpoons aren't being boosted. Wait, are they? This says 6 boosted towers now. So worried. Attack damage 38k. Attack damage per second. Attack damage 38k, it says on these. But then if I go check these harpoons, it says attack damage 57k. Oh man, but it also says 6 things being boosted. Is this guy being boosted? He is not. Okay. Are these guys being double boosted or some shit? Because I have no idea. I'm just gonna roll with that. I feel like that should work. Hopefully that's not a huge noob mistake. Over here, God, am I gonna sell off this one as well? I think I am. To try to, or should I sell off this one and try to stretch it? I think this one's the easy stretch, right? Because this guy is getting affected. I believe. Let's hover over my little... If I can actually get it. 5 boosted towers, but this guy could easily be getting affected. You know, like this guy could definitely get in on this action. So, yeah, I'm going to sell off this one and boost it. Ugh, scary stuff, scary stuff. I'm going to do this. Drag it over to as much as I can for 5 defense units. I mean, that's beautiful. So, like, should I move one of the archers over here now? That becomes the question. I definitely probably should if I have the mana. Now I have to pump all of my mana into upgrading these guys very carefully, not pressing G on accident. That would be an absolute game ender. Let's head over here. Oh no, sorry, it was this one that I had to rebuild. So let's head over here, get our upgrades again. Get that going. Sure, sure, sure. Okay, this one's getting back to 3-star. That's awesome. That's huge. You like to see it. Look at all these possible upgrades around. That's, okay. Really cool to see. What are my... They're not bad. I know people are going to say, oh, these stats are terrible. They're not bad to me. I probably could, if I find chain stuff around the map, I probably could go ahead and grab it, honestly. If it's upgrades for my Series V, it's probably worth to do. That's not an upgrade. Like, a lot of this stuff just isn't. But I'll keep an eye out for that as well while doing this. However, I feel like this might be an upgrade. I'll get a 25% boost on top of this one. This is definitely an upgrade. So I'm actually going to go ahead and, it's chain. Okay. I need to make sure I don't sacrifice my bonus. So that should be actually a pretty nice upgrade. That's kind of a cool pickup. Okay. We'll take that all day. I'll keep an eye out for more upgrades. I think this weapon actually ends up being an upgrade as well. Now, which one is it more of an upgrade on becomes the question. I really just want it to... I want tower stats. So I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, press F, equip that. We'll take it. This question mark. Which one? Let's do this. I don't think this is an upgrade. Not for the things, not for the towers anymore. This might be. Yeah, that probably is. Let me check this as well, though. That's really good, though. Wow. That's a nice tower stat upgrade. Okay, cool, cool. How's it shoot? Kind of neatly. Okay, we got some upgrades on the Series EV. We can actually 3-star this. Okay, we're actually going to 3-star everything. I don't have the mana or capabilities right now to rebuild one of my archers here. It would be really cool to have this guy built over here instead, probably. I'll have to do that next. That'll be next in between waves sort of situation. I'm going to swap back to my Squire. I think it's finally time. A lot of little, you know, minute work here and there to just get the absolute maximum benefits of all this. I think I'm ready to jump back into wave 13. I'm really hoping I don't just insta-lose now due to, like, some dumb shit, but I feel like this has got to be a better build. I feel like this should be a better build. I might have to watch over here so spiders don't do anything, but let's jump into it, fellas. I'm really scared, I'm not going to lie. Changing build like this so late into it on wave 13 is, like, really scary, because if spiders start webbing stuff and cause a problem, I could just insta-lose, and it's such a risky thing to do. I didn't see, once again, I didn't see how much mana I gained in the bottom right, unfortunately. It would have been really cool to see that, but these guys should have more tower boosts, as well as, I mean, most places on the map. This area should be much stronger. This area should be much stronger. I feel like it's showing. I feel like the things aren't reaching as much. They aren't getting as close. I have nothing to put my mana into right now. Nothing to upgrade. I'm literally just running around healing everything. That's my main... It's my only job right now, honestly. Oh, wait, I'm a fool. I never actually max upgraded this, so I do have a job. I can go ahead and max upgrade this to 3-star. My job on that will be done very shortly. Wait, the Eternia Crystal just took some damage. I don't know what from. I don't know what from. I don't like that. I wonder if it was like a goblin copter or something off in this distance. I feel like whenever I see it take damage, it's from over in this direction. I don't know why or what causes it, but I think it's like a stray archer or just some weird little thing over here. So maybe I should watch over here a little more. I'm gonna go ahead and get the 3-star up on this, and then that's everything 3-starred once again with our new build. These guys should be hyper strong. A cool stat to like check and see is on the left corner of the map, or the left side of the map. You can see I have 39 mythical pieces of gear on the ground. I feel like checking that number, like 40 mythical pieces of gear. I feel like checking that number towards the end of the level would be a really cool thing to keep track of. Also now over 5 million XP gained on this run, which is really, really cool. We're at 359 million XP out of 384 for the next level. Getting to level 90 would be, I mean, the last level 10 milestone in Dungeon Defenders until 100, and I'm just, like, I think once I reach 100, once I reach level 100 in Dungeon Defenders, it sounds really dramatic. It'll be like it'll be like a lifelong achievement taken care of. I've never thought possible. I never thought I would go back and get level 100 in Dungeon Defenders. I never, like, growing up, like, I don't even know if I ever reached, maybe reached level 70 like once or twice on Xbox, like very few times. That was like difficult back then, but things have changed a lot, and there's way more better methods and just more strategy and more things have been solved. I'm just so excited. It's a really cool achievement to reach level 100 in Dungeon Defenders, in my opinion. Yeah, everything's pretty smooth on this map so far, on this wave. I'm just running around healing everything. Absolutely zero problems, aside from a little bit of damage getting on my crystal every now and again, which is a huge problem. Hopefully that stops. I'm gonna blood rage here actually and help out this area a little bit. This ogre has a lot of HP. Wait, there's two. Wait, please don't attack the crystal. As long as you, okay, that's fine. I'm really glad I buff beamed these 3 archers, because clearly this position needs the extra support. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be good on this map until wave 15, and then we'll see the huge power increase, and we'll see if I can survive it. So I've actually been checking that left side, and it seems like the game, I didn't even know this, it seems like the game auto dissolves equipment as time goes on. As you can see, it'll only ever reach 40 pieces of gear on the ground. Now, I don't know if that, I assume you get the mana for that. I don't know if that adds, that number of the mana being added is clocked in at the very end. I've never noticed that. Yeah, it'll only keep 40 pieces of gear on the ground. Hopefully it adds to the number at the end so I can actually see, because that's really cool to me, to like see that final number. Maybe it just disappears. I'm assuming you still get the mana from them, from disappearing like during the wave. I'd really hope so. It'd be really unfortunate if you didn't. I don't know. I wonder if you don't. I wonder if you just don't pick up the stuff, if it just, you lose it. Should I be like storing some of this stuff to sell, to truly get maximum mana value? I'm not sure now. All right, there's that wave completed. On to build phase of wave 14. And I don't have much to do at all. I'm just gonna run around. I guess I can open all the chests. I'm gonna run around. Well, if I open the chest, wait a minute. Is that gonna dissolve for? No. Okay. So that at least opening the chest at least lets it go up to 44. That's probably smart, because otherwise people would open the chest and then stuff would dissolve on the map they may want to check, and that's not really fair to them. They haven't really gotten around to that yet. That makes sense, honestly. Okay, so I'm gonna go open all the chests, check armor, heal everything, and I'll just see you guys jumping into, wave 14. Getting a lot of good chain drops. I've actually stored 3 pieces of armor so far, which is more than I expected. Let me go ahead and heal up. I think everything's kind of healed up, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the time. I'm going to switch over to my summoner. I'm going to rebuild that, going to rebuild this archer over here and rebuild some of my guys into the buff beam. Like, this guy could just be positioned into the buff beam, and I think it's super worth doing so. And I do want to actually weave him in as close as possible, so I can even fit another guy actually if I want to. Like, is this guy being buff beamed? Probably not. Archer minion, 48k attack damage. Maybe he is actually 100. What the fuck? Wow. That guy's being boosted. Like, this guy is 0 levels doing, like, so this guy at level 0, 67k damage. This guy at level 3-star, 48k. That is insane, the difference. I feel like it is worth to go ahead. It's gonna hurt, but to either sell that off and build it over here or just over here touching this line. I'm gonna, ooh, do I want him farther out? I think I'm cool with building him here. I kind of like that, yeah. Let's double check him. Yep, he's touching it. So Now we just upgrade both of these guys. Anything else you want to do that for really quick before I like start dumping all my mana into upgrades as opposed to just little specific builds? Like, wait. Yeah, right here. Actually, I should, is this guy being touched? 48k. 48k. I should definitely. Oh, whoa. I just realized. Okay, this actually works to my benefit, but one of the Sharkins, holy shit, must have moved one of my harpoons. Now, that is terrifying, but at the same time, that actually is going to hugely work to my advantage here, because I can go ahead and do this. I almost want to see if I can fit another one, but the risky thing is if I'm going to run out of mana here. I'm not going to have 3-star. I'm not going to have everything 3-starred. I can't fit them, can I? That was the risky thing. Oh, man. Can I move that guy over at all? I haven't upgraded this guy. I don't want to sell the buff beam. That would be a nightmare. Let me try to really squeeze. Let me try to really squeeze him like over to far right as possible. Maybe even far right downward. Make sure he's still touching the beam technically. Let's talk to him at 67k. Perfect. This could be like really minute. Like these like little micro things. No, I can't fit them. I can't fit them. So that sucks, but what are you going to do? This guy needs to be massively upgraded. I can't let any of the guys that are touching the buff beams die, because that's going to be... That guy can actually be lower level and it's fine, but that will destroy the buff beam, correct? So I can't let that happen. That's really scary. Let's get more mana. I need tons more mana. I'm at max defense units and minion units for the most part. Let's upgrade the hell out of these two guys so they don't die. That's super important. Sure, that guy like that. It's getting sketchy, but this should be better, hopefully. What's my type of armor on my summoner? I wonder if I should look for pristine. I wonder if there's upgrades around the map that could be, like... My armor seems pretty good. Maybe these could be upgraded. Maybe. That has... And that seems pretty... I don't know if I'll be able to find upgrades, honestly. Like, a lot of my stuff does seem really high and really upgraded in terms of... Like, I spent a lot of mana into... So the idea of finding an upgrade here might be kind of tough. Okay, I think I've grabbed all mana possible. I don't think I have any more upgrades to hand out, do I? With the amount of mana I have, I do not. So, all I can do... Drop it, switch over the Squire, jump into the wave, and then just try to get upgrades. I'm like so nervous. Bottom right corner, let's see the mana. Show me. 142 million. 142 million mana added to my mana pool. 6.7 billion total mana now. That's just so sick. Let's go. I need more mana. Let's get mana, get upgrades on these guys, and then I'll finally feel safe again after I'm done doing that. But right now, I don't... Okay, come on. I'm actually at 30... I'm gonna die. The heat-seeking Goblin Copter. I need to F1 and heal. Holy shit. If I die there at the beginning of the wave, I 1,000,000% would lose. No shot I wouldn't lose if I just die there. I would have... I almost... Dude, things can go wrong so fast in DD. Holy man. I can't kill myself for these upgrades. It's not that... Like, they're really important, but they're not that important. You know, I want to feel safe again, but I can't die to feel safe because then I won't be safe. It's just that obvious. Alrighty. So we've got those... Most of them up to 1-star at least. We're going to weave around. I'm going to work on getting heals on all the auras now because I haven't healed them in a bit, so they are getting drained a little bit. The spiders did get some webs on these. I'm going to keep an eye on this first. All right, this archer is getting 3-starred. That's good news. Let's slash around. 1 million mana by the time he reaches the harpoons. Not super ideal. Let's 3-star this guy. Beautiful, beautiful. I think I need to, like, from this point forward, I have to keep in mind it is my job to... Let me actually 3-star this guy first. It is my job to heal everything. So if I die, if I make a stupid mistake and my character goes down, I'm going to lose the map. My number one priority, like my number one priority, even before healing all the towers, has to be to keep myself alive. I think it's like a strategy that I have to learn. So I'm not used to it. I feel like usually I'm like, oh, I can just like run around. Sacrifice myself for damage has been a consistent strategy that I've employed throughout a lot of different runs. But that does not matter when you're 14 waves deep into a hardcore nightmare survival. Like sacrificing yourself for damage and sacrificing yourself, and that's a loss. if you're sacrificing yourself, you're sacrificing the map. So I've got to change my mindset. Everything is 3-starred again, I believe, which is makes me feel a lot safer. So I can just run around and heal stuff now. Good to know. Good to know. Let's get to work on that. All right, around 400 or so minions left on this wave, and then next wave is probably going to be at the end. I don't know if I'll be able to... If I can survive wave 15, it'll be a straight-up miracle, in my opinion. But I'm glad I made it this far. Now, at the end of last wave, my total mana pool was sitting at 6.7 billion. I'm actually going to keep that number in mind and use math to try to learn something about Dungeon Defenders here. So essentially, before I continue on to the next wave, I'm going to check my total mana pool and essentially see if it's above 6.7 billion. And if it is, that means that all of the pieces of gear and armor that are disappearing during the wave are being consumed and added to your mana pool, which I don't know. So it'd be a cool little way to check. There's one stray orc down here, just waddling around, taking his time, giving us time to process. You know what? Thank you for that, Mr. Orc. It's funny, as soon as he got out of the ensnare aura, he moves quite a lot faster, doesn't he? Okay, well, he just kind of passes away by breathing too much air. Noted, noted, noted. Here's our... Let's just admire our build before we jump into the inevitable. Oh! I forgot about... It's been so long since I've done a survival map, I forgot about pets. Are you kidding me? I forgot about getting a pet at wave 15. That's incredible. Now, this pet is actually not an upgrade for me at all. The plus 229 attack rate's really cool, but minus 84 damage and minus 84, or not minus 70 HP? Come on, that's kind of pathetic, honestly. Unfortunate, but what are you going to do? All right. I don't even know. I guess let's open the chests. I wonder if at wave 15, could we possibly start seeing Transcendent drops? That would be... I would audibly gasp. I'd be so happy. I'm sure the drops will be better from here on. Like, I'm going to store that. That seems really, really, really good. I might store a couple of these, honestly. Now, once again, on PC Dungeon Defenders, I can actually continue survival from a previous wave achieved. So if I lose here, we still can come back in the future and attempt this again. And maybe a little at a slight disadvantage, we'll have to see. That's so interesting. I almost want I feel like it's not as good. But it's kind of interesting, honestly. Let's go slow, take our time, pick up the chests. You know, we've earned this. Let's get our rewards. I love this long walk through this. You can see the chests like at the very end here, but it's a really nice long walk to the corridor. Very, very, very cool. Let's see anything interesting. Is that even worth storing? I don't really think so, personally. Possible sword upgrade? Nope, not. Ooh. Let me look at it one more time, actually. No, definitely not. I'm missing like hundreds of stats there for that to be. Definitely not. Only 2 more chests to open. I'm making this dramatic because I do think this will be like the last time I loot chests on this map. At least for this run, obviously. Not, you know, of all time, but that's a nice piece of gear. Plate, like that's, you know, 120 plus and everything, 119 plus. I'm going to store that. That's a nice looking piece of gear. All right, last chest, and then I am going to go check my total mana pool before we jump into the next wave, because I want to do my little science experiment and see if it was worth it. All right, let's go check my total mana pool. It probably is worth to switch to my summoner, honestly, between these to open these chests. Let's, wow, no, that's actually shocking to me. 6.7 mils, or bill, is still the banked amount of mana. There's 56 mythicals on the ground. Let's do some math. If there's 56 mythicals on the ground right now, and we average those at around, I think 4 million a piece is probably fair. So what is it? Let's drag this over. 56. Okay, yeah, 56 mythicals. Let's do 56 times 4 million. It's gonna be a big number. Did I do this right? Is that billion? I might have done it wrong. Anyways, 224. I'm terrible at math. This is why I play video games. 224 million should be like the number around, which I feel like is around what we get. Maybe the 4 million is too high as well. Maybe like 3 million is probably easy. Like this is 2.8. This is 2.5. So like, yeah, I feel like someone should obviously correct me, but from the little experiment that I've, you know, quote unquote done, it seems like all of the gear that disappears on the map during the wave, you actually don't get any of it, which is kind of sad. Like it all just disappears. You don't get any mana. You don't get any. I'm gonna press G, but it should be around like 140, 150 or so million mana, and that's just from the stuff. Yeah, 157. That's just from the stuff on the ground disappearing. That's not from Man, that's actually kind of sad to me. Maybe it sucks that you probably should have to pick up all the stuff, but you only have so much inventory space, and yeah, wow. Interesting to me. I didn't expect that. Kind of unfortunate news to learn, but oh my god, I'm about to die. Dude, I've got to play it smart and safe. If I die, the map's over. Here's wave 15, by the way. Probably where it ends. Doesn't seem like it's so far, though. Maybe I overestimated this power increase. We're kind of chilling, though. Go heal everything, of course, though. More wyverns are coming in, which is interesting. That's like one of the minions that I'm seeing become more and more prevalent as we get later in. Look at them being snared super hard. It's funny that I mean, wyverns are like one of the things that kills you the most in Dungeon Defenders. It's funny that that becomes like the minion that spawns in a ton more once you get later in waves, though. It is interesting. All right, we're looking solid so far. And snare auras, I feel like put in super hard work. Like, and snare auras are so good when we get in these waves and there's just so fucking many, you know, minions coming in, and snare is just slowing everything down. It almost lowers the difficulty. Like when you have less minions flooding in all at once, it almost just straight up lowers the difficulty of the entire map. Like that's truly how good and snare auras are, I feel like. This might be doable. I did all of this dramatic stalling for content, time pausing, yada yada, but I might just be totally fine. We might be here for a couple more hours, man. I started today. This is so funny. I started playing Dungeon Defenders today at around 11 a.m. It's currently 1:30 p.m. I've been at this for how many hours? I'm terrible at math. Once again, 2.5 hours or so I've been on this. That is, and I'm not even done. That is so silly, but I love it. I absolutely love long grinds like this. I super do. But there are issues with them. I feel like I can only do like one long survival run a day, you know? And then even with that, I feel like I can only do them on days where I don't have other obligations. Like if I have to stream, usually my schedule is something like this. I wake up at around 10 a.m. and I have 2 hours to make videos or do whatever I can do until around 11:55 a.m. and then I have to get ready for a stream on my main channel. Now, if I do a survival map and it lasts 3 hours, I just straight up can't do that in the morning. And that's really tough. So I kind of have to end up, I only have the opportunity to play survival maps for Dungeon Defenders on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I usually stream Monday through Thursday. So it's a big to do. It's definitely a big obligation to play Dungeon Defenders, but goddamn, is it worth it? It's so much more satisfying because of how long it is, you know? Dungeon Defenders, I mean, I love games like that. I love the more effort, time, and energy you put into something, the more you're going to care about it. And this is why, like, Dungeon Defenders is one of those games where if you lose a survival run, it fucking hurts. And you may need to, like, take a break. Like, losing Dungeon Defenders hurts more than a lot of games. However, winning and the achievements are that much more goddamn meaningful because of it as well. And I care about that much more than the pain. I can push through that for the achievement. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Godly Round Hat Pin. I'm at least going to store this. You really don't see these accessory drops too often. Wow, that's awesome. I like to check the map more for that kind of thing. But yeah, you do not see accessory drops in Dungeon Defenders. Seem exceedingly rare, and it's one of those cooler things to be able to grab. So that's, wow, I'm really happy to see that. The more of those, the better, man. I feel like I need to watch out for these spiders. They could actually be a problem. Those would be super cool to actually pick up more of and have more for each of my heroes. There it is, fellas. Wave 15 complete. Oof, no core damage, XP bonus as well. Over 7 million XP gain so far. This is getting just silliness, I feel like. Alright, part of me wants to apologize, but I also want to say thank you guys for watching. I am going to split this up into a trilogy. I'm sorry to blue ball you much further, but this is just such a time sink, and I've learned so much, I've experienced so much. I feel like it's fitting. I feel like I still have the content to provide for it, and I hope you guys agree. Like this video if you enjoyed it. It helps out tremendously. Dislike if not. That's totally okay. And subscribe to the channel to see Dungeon Defenders videos every other day is the current plan. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.